여러분, 안녕하세요. Always with Teacher Nina입니다. 여러분, 지난 시간 복습 잘 하셨나요? So, did you review well in the previous lesson what we learned? Today, lesson 2, 한국어 수업 conversation 2 가도록 하겠습니다. 자, 모두들 반갑습니다. 그럼, are you ready to go? Let's go. 가보실까요? 자, what's new for today? So today we're gonna learn about conversation 2. 한국어를 공부해요. 한국어를 공부해요. 자, 여러분, what does that mean? 한국어, 그쵸? So 한국어, we learn about 한국어. So after country name, if you put it 어, it means language, 그쵸? So 공부해요. 자, 공부하다, it means to study. So it means I am studying Korean. So today we're going to learn 2 grammar points. The first one, the polite ending. 뭐뭐어요 or 아요, second part. So we learned about in the previous lesson, the polite ending, the first part, 그쵸? So today we're going to keep moving on to learn the other format, 뭐뭐어요, 아요. Do you remember what was the polite ending? Form in the previous lesson we learned? 그렇죠. 뭐뭐어요, 아요. 그렇죠? 자, but today we're going to learn about much further going on. What is the different kind of format to using this 어요, 아요. Then let's look at this part. And second, our grammar point is the object particle 을. So we learned about subject particle, 그렇죠? What was that? 이 or 가, 그쵸? But today we're going to learn about the object particle, 뭐뭐을, 를. So please remember well, in Korean language, we decide what is subject or what is object based on the particle, 그렇죠? So it's very important to learn about particle well. All right, then let's move on. Today, our vocabulary. 자, what is new vocabulary for today? 자, 여러분, right now, we're going to study new vocabulary for noun. So, first part, 듣기 연습. 듣기 연습입니다. So, from now on, we're going to practice listening, okay? So, after 듣기 연습, and then what's the next? There you go. 그렇죠. Please pause button, and then 말하기 연습. 말하기 연습. So, speaking practice. 그렇죠? So, first of all, we're going to go 듣기 연습 and then 말하기 연습. Let's go. Noun. 공부. 공부. Study. 남자. 남자. Man. 내일. 내일. Tomorrow. 시험. 시험. Test. Exam. 역사. 역사. History. 오늘. 오늘. Today. 음식. 음식. Food. 주스. 주스. Juice. Television. 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 Alright. 자, 그러면 지금부터 말하기 연습 시작합니다. From now on, speaking practice. So please pause and then let's go. 자, 여러분, 말하기 연습 잘 하셨나요? 자, was it good to practice your speaking? So as much as possible, please speak out new vocabulary, okay? 자, 그러면 let's go on. Today our conversation part. 한국어를 공부해요. 자, 듣기 연습 먼저 시작합니다. After 듣기 연습, 말하기 연습, 말하기 연습 하겠습니다. 자, then first 듣기 연습, listening practice. 소피아, 리사 씨, 요즘 어떻게 지내요? 리사, 잘 지내요. 소피아 씨는 어떻게 지내요? 소피아, 저도 잘 지내요. 리사, 지금 뭐해요? 소피아, 한국어를 공부해요. 오늘 한국어 시험을 봐요. 그리고 내일은 한국 역사 시험을 봐요. 리사. 아, 그래요? 소피아. 네. Okay. From now on, we're gonna practice 말하기. So, 지금부터 말하기 연습 시작합니다. Please press the pause button and then practice 말하기. Let's go. 자, 여러분, 말하기 연습 잘 하셨나요? 자, 그럼 지금부터 Let's translate conversation to 한국어를 공부해요. 자, 여러분, 한국어를 공부해요. What does that mean? 한국어 again? 그렇죠. 한국어 means Korean language. 그렇죠? So, Korean language를 한국어라고 합니다. 자, what about then? Japanese를 뭐라고 할까요? What is Japanese? 일본어. So let's quick review. 일본어, 그쵸? Then what about Chinese? Chinese, 중국어. So after country name, add it means like language, 그쵸? So is actually, it means like a language. 그래서 after country name plus is their language. So for example, 한국어 is Korean, 일본어 is Japanese, and Chinese is 중국어. 자, what about then English? You remember what is English? 그렇죠. 영어입니다. It's not 미국어, 그쵸? It's 영어 because 영어 is used in many countries, Canada and England and UK and also like US, 그쵸? So that's why we said not 미국어. We say 영어. Okay, 자, let's move on. 저 한국어를 공부해요. 자, 공부하다. So dictionary form is 공부해요 is 공부하다. It means to study가 됩니다. So Sophia asked, Lisa 씨, 요즘 어떻게 지내요? So Lisa, hi Lisa, 요즘 어떻게 지내요? How are you these days? 라는 표현입니다. So look at here, 요즘이라는 표현 있죠, 요즘. You can say 요즘 for these day라는 표현입니다. So this day, how are you doing this day? So or how are you this day라는 표현이 되겠죠. And Lisa said 잘 지내요 라는 뜻이 되겠죠. Lisa said 잘 지내요. 소피아 씨는 어떻게 지내요? So 잘 지내 means I am doing well. And 소피아 씨는 어떻게 지내요? How are you, Sophia? 자, and Sophia said 저도 잘 지내요. 자, 여기 여러분 look at here. 저 도죠. So what does that mean 도? It means also or to, 그쵸? So Sophia means I am also doing well 이 됩니다. So I am also doing well. 자, then look at this part. So we learned about three sentences. Everything is 지내요, 지내요, and 지내요. 그쵸? 자, what does that mean? 지내요. 자, think about 지내요 means, 그쵸? 자, let's study 지내요. So 지내요's dictionary form is 지내다. So it means, literally means to pass one's time 이라는 뜻입니다. So 지내다 means to pass one's time. So 어떻게 지내세요? 자, more polite form is 어떻게 지내세요? or 어떻게 지내요? So 어떻게 지내세요 or 어떻게 지내요 means is an expression asking about the other party's well-being. It is comparable to how are you doing? Getting along in English. So in response, the other party may say 잘 지내요, right? 잘 지내요. It means I am doing fine. So please remember 지내다 to pass one's time. So you can ask to how are you doing? 어떻게 지내세요? 어떻게 지내요? So in Korea, we really ask someone's like parties, like how are you doing? Well-being. It means we can ask 어떻게 지내세요? 어떻게 지내요? Okay, then let's move on next part. Lisa said, 지금 뭐 해요? 자, 지금 뭐 해요? So, what are you doing now? 자, 뭐 해요? It means what are you doing? 이라는 표현입니다. So 뭐 해요 means what are you doing? 자, but she asked, 지금. So it means now라는 표현이죠. So what are you doing now? And Sophia said, 한국어를 공부해요. I'm studying Korean. 자, 오늘 한국어 시험을 봐요. 자, 여러분, look at this part. 오늘이라는 단어 있죠? 오늘. 오늘 means what? 오늘 means today라는 표현입니다. So Sophia said, 한국어 시험. 자, 여러분, what does it mean, 시험? 시험은 뭘까요? 그렇죠. test or exam이라는 표현입니다. So 오늘 한국어 시험을 봐요. I take a Korean exam today. 여러분, 시험 좋아하시나요? Do you like test or exam? 자, 그래서 Sophia said, 오늘 한국어 시험을 봐요. So today, I take a Korean exam. 그리고, 자, 여러분, 그리고라는 표현 볼까요? Here, 그리고라는 표현이죠. 그리고, this is also we're going to learn about today this new expression. So what does it mean? 그리고, 자, 그리고라는 표현 and입니다. 자, 그리고 내일은 한국 역사 시험을 봐요. 자, 그리고 내일은 한국 역사 시험을 봐요. 자, 그러면 그리고라는 말 and니까 내일이라는 표현. What does that mean? 내일. 내일이란 표현 tomorrow가 됩니다. So tomorrow, what she gonna take it? 한국 역사 시험. 자, it's not a 한국어 시험. It's about 한국 역사 시험. So 역사 means history가 됩니다. It means take a Korean history exam tomorrow가 되죠. And Lisa said, 아, 그래요? Oh, really? So 그래요 means really. So you can double check. Oh, is it really? Is it true? Like 그래요 라는 표현입니다. And Sophia said, yes가 되겠죠. 자, 그럼 여러분들, please remember today conversation part is 한국어를 공부해요. 그쵸? To study, 그쵸? And 한국어 시험, it means Korean language test. 그리고 한국 역사라는 표현, 역사 means history가 되겠습니다. Okay, then let's move on. Today our new expression. 가볼까요? 자, okay, so this is our first new expression referring to days입니다. Alright, 자, we already learned in the previous conversation 2 part, 그쵸? So today is 오늘이 되고요. Yesterday is 어제. And tomorrow is 내일이 됩니다. So, alright, so important thing is depending on the days, the tense also should be changed. 자, look at this example. So, 어제 뭐 했어요? 자, yesterday, what did you do? 라는 표현이죠. And 오늘 뭐 해요? It means today, what do you do? And 내일 뭐 할 거예요? It means tomorrow, what will you do? So look at this. 뭐 했어요? A part. 그죠? 자, is past tense를 뜻합니다. 뭐 했어요? And 뭐 해요? It means present tense. 그쵸? Today 뭐 해요? 그쵸? And then tomorrow 뭐 할 거예요? 할 거예요 is like a future tense로서 what would you do? 그쵸? So depending on the days, yesterday or 어제 or 오늘 or 내일, the tense, the form of the tense also should be changed. So please remember well this part. 어제, 오늘, 내일. All right, then let's move on. Next part. 자, new expression. The second part is conjunction. 그리고입니다. 자, 그리고 it usually connects two sentences. 자, here is the two sentences. Number one is 저는 미국 사람이에요. I am American. 그쵸? 미국 사람. This means nationality. We already learned in lesson 1. 그쵸? And 한국어 클래스 학생이에요. 자, today we learn about 한국어라는 표현. 자, what is that? 한국어 means language. 그쵸? So Korean language. So I'm a student. 그쵸? Which class? 한국어 class. Korean class. 그쵸? 자, then what about make these two sentences into the one sentences. Actually, it can be one sentences, but also we just like connect two sentences together, okay? 자, 그러면은요, let's just connect two sentences first, okay? 자, 저는 미국 사람이에요. 그리고 한국어 클래스 학생이에요. So, I am American and I am Korea class student라는 뜻이 되겠죠. I'm a student in a Korean class. 그쵸? 자, so then what about then make a one sentence? 자, this is a little bit more level up part. 저는 미국 사람, 그쵸? 이고 한국어 클래스 학생이에요. So look at this. 자, I change it as into the one sentences. 그쵸? 저는 미국 사람이고, 자, 미국 사람이고 한국어 클래스 학생이에요. 자, so you can make two just like connect two sentences, but you can also make two sentences into one sentence. So 미국 사람이고 한국어 클래스 학생이에요. So here A요 is deleted, right? And then 이고 한국어 클래스 학생이에요. So here is like one key point. When the sentence is middle of the part 고, it's like can be meaning of 그리고. So please remember well, okay? So 그리고 is conjunction. It means and가 됩니다. All right, let's move on then. Next part. 자, from now on, we're going to learn about today's new grammar point. The first one is what? The polite ending, 어요, 아요, second part. Here is two examples, 그쵸? Yumi and Lisa, they're talking. So look at this part, the first example. Yumi said, Lisa 씨, 학교 식당 음식이 어때요? 자, 여러분, we already several times learned about this expression, 그쵸? 자, what is a 학교 식당? School cafeteria. And 음식 means food, 그쵸? So, how's the food in school cafeteria, 그쵸? 어때요? And Lisa said, 맛있어요. 그리고 싸요. 자, 맛있어요 means, oh, it tastes good 이라는 표현입니다. 자, 그리고 and these two sentences are connected by conjunction 그리고, 그쵸? We just learning, 그쵸? So, 그리고 means and라는 표현이 되겠죠. Right? 자, and 싸요. So, 여러분, what does it mean 싸요? 싸요 means cheap이라는 뜻이 됩니다. cheap. 자, one more time. 싸요 means cheap. So, what about that expensive? 자, 비싸요. For example, 비싸요, it means expensive요. So, 싸요 means cheap. 비싸요 means expensive. Please remember. And then look at the second example. Michael and Steve, they are talking together. 자, Michael asks, Steve 씨, 요즘 어떻게 지내요? Steve, how are you doing these days? 요즘. And Steve said, 잘 지내요. I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. And Michael asked, 지금 뭐 해요? 지금. 자, what does that mean? 지금 now죠? So what are you doing now? And Steve said, 한국어 시험 공부해요. 자, 여러분 시험이란 표현. 시험 means test or exam. 그죠? 한국어 means Korean language. So Steve said, I'm studying Korean language test. 그죠? Alright. 자, 그러면은요. Look at this. 어때요? 맛있어요? 싸요? 지내요? 지내요? 해요? 공부해요. So all the at the end of the sentences finish with the 요, 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 요. 그쵸? So this is all the polite ending, right? 자, 그러면 let's move on. Next page. 자, here is I prepare kind of some chart to make you understand much easier. Just look at this part. So there are three type of some parts of like polite ending form. Some irregular conjugation occur with the polite ending 어요, 아요 when the verb and adjective stem end in a vowel. Okay? 자, and look at this part, the three parts. The first one, or verbs, adjective that contain 하다, to do, are subject to this change. 자, this is 하다, 그쵸? 하다, 숙제하다. 자, 하다 means to do입니다. To do, 그쵸? And 숙제하다 is means to do homework. 자, 그러면 하다, how it can be changed? It can be changed as 해요가 됩니다. 그쵸? 해요. 자, so when 하다 is combined together with the polite ending, it can be changed as into 해요. 자, what about then 숙제하다? It can be changed into 숙제해요. Then what about the vowel contraction? So vowel contraction may change the ending, all right? 자, look at this part. 싸다, it means be cheap, 그쵸? 보다 means to see, 그쵸? 자, 그러면, 자, always what I say to you, the dictionary form, before you change it into the polite ending, what you should do it is delete at the end of the letter 다, 그쵸? This is all the dictionary form. 자, what about 싸다? Then delete 다, 그쵸? Then only 싸 is left, and there is a plus 아요, 그쵸? And then this is 아 and 아. This is a vowel contraction can happen, so it can be changed into the 싸요. And then 보다, to see, also 다 deleted, and 보 plus 아요죠. And then this vowel contraction also change it like here 과요가 됩니다. Alright. 자, 여러분, is it clear? 전부 다 이해되시나요? Okay, then let's look at it. Next pages. Alright, so last pages is 자, next page is C. Verb and adjective lose the stem 으 before oil. 자, what does that mean? Look at the example. 자, 쓰다라는 표현. It means to write라는 뜻입니다. 자, 그럼 what should you do first? Right, so delete the dictionary form 다 first. 그쵸? Then 쓰 plus 어요죠. 자, 그런데 this is 어요 before 어요. It's like 으입니다. The stem 으. So this is losed. lost 되고요. And then 쓰 plus 어요 is 써요가 됩니다. Then let's look at the 크다. 자, this is 쓰다 is to write. This is verb form, right? Then what about 크다? It means be big이라는 뜻으로 adjective form입니다. And then that can be deleted. It should be deleted, 그쵸? And then 크 plus 어요가 됩니다. 그쵸? 크 plus 어요. 자, 그래서 before 어요 the stem 으, how it should be? 그렇죠. It should be loosen. 그쵸? so only 크 plus 어요가 되어서 combined together it's 허요가 되겠죠. 허요. Alright? 자, okay. 자, 여러분, is it clear? Is it understandable? 여러분, try it as much as possible to practice and use this new polite ending form, okay? Then you're gonna get used to it. 자, let's move on the next part로 가볼까요? 자, next part is our second grammar point for today. The object particle 을입니다. So last in the previous lesson, we learned about the subject particle, 이 or 가, right? So in Korean language, again, we decide what is subject or what is object depending on the particle. 그쵸? Existence of a particle. So you should look at clearly, carefully about particle part, okay? 자, look at this part. 리사가 아침을 먹어요. 자, in this example sentences, 자, where is the subject? 그렇죠. 자, this is Lisa can be subject. 그렇죠. Why? Because the particle 가 is here. 자, when can we use the 가? 그렇죠. At the end of the what? Vowel. 그렇죠. 자, then when can we use 이? At the end of consonant. Very good. 자, so 리사가 아침을 먹어요. 자, here look at this 아침을. So 아침 is object because there is 을. Then what does that mean? Lisa having a breakfast. 그쵸? Lisa having a breakfast. 아침 breakfast. 자, then look at this part. 유미가 텔레비전을 봐요. 자, then who is subject? 그렇죠. 유미 because 가 때문이죠. And then 봐요. 자, 봐요 is 보다. The dictionary form is 보다. To watch 라는 표현입니다. 그래서 텔레비전을 봐요. 자, television. 자, what is television? 그렇죠. TV, television. 그래서 Yumi is watching television. So 을 is object가 되겠죠. Okay. 자, 그러면은요. Let's move on to the next example. 자, and then 소피아가 숙제를 해요. 자, 여러분, 소피아가 숙제를 해요. 자, what is subject? There you go, 소피아. Because subject particle 가가 있죠? And what is 숙제? 자, 숙제 is homework. 그쵸? 자, Sophia is doing her homework. 자, and then 을을. 그래서 object particle 을을이 있죠. 자, homework after that 을을입니다. 자, 그러면요, 여러분, there is one thing I would like to ask you. When can we use 을 or when can we use 를? Did you find the 를? There you go. 자, before one, previous one, example, 리사가 아침을, 유미가 텔레비전을. So that was at the end of the consonant. So at the end of the consonant, you should use 을. But what about 를? Is at the end of the vowel. 그래서 제라는 표현 있죠? 제라는 표현. This is the vowel. So after the vowel, you should use 를. 그쵸? 자, always remember. In Korean language, at the end of the vowel or at the end of the consonant, the particle, different particle should be used. So always check that it is consonant or it is vowel first, okay? 자, next one. 스티브가 친구를 만나요. 자, 여러분, what does that mean, 친구? 친구 was friend라는 표현이죠, friend. 자, 그래서 스티브가, 자, 스티브 also subject죠. 친구를 만나요. 자, why 친구를? Because 구 at the end of the vowel 그쵸? 그렇기 때문에 it should be 를 그쵸? 그래서 스티브가 친구를 만나 it means 스티브 meet friend가 되겠죠. Is it clear, everyone? 자, 좋습니다. 자, 그럼 let's go on. Next page. 자, 여러분. So we already learned about the objective particle 을을. Now look at this very basic sentence patterns를 볼게요. 자, the first one is just subject, 이가, and adjective part, 어요, 아요. So for example, 도서관이 커요. 자, remember please, this is adjective, 그쵸? So 도서관이 커요, it means the library is big, 커요, 그쵸? 크다, form is adjective, form is 커요가 되죠. 자, 크다. When change 어요, 아요, 커요. 자, 커피가 맛있어요. 자, coffee is delicious. Coffee is tasty. 자, 맛있어요. 학생들이 많아요. There are many people. 자, 그렇죠. 자, 그래서 학생들이 많아요. 자, here is 학생들이 많아요. Actually, this is 많아요. We are considered as adjective form. It means there are many students, but 학생들 means like a student, 그렇죠? 자, but we consider as in Korean language adjective. So 학생들이 많아요. 자, 그런데요, here, 자, we just like a review about 들. What does that mean, 들? Plural part죠, 그쵸? Plural. So, 학생들이 means many student, 그쵸? Many student이라는 표현이 됩니다. 자, 들, because many students가 되기 때문에. 자, then, next one. 주스가 싸요 means the juice is cheap가 되겠죠. 자, then what about 비싸요? 자, 비싸요 means it means expensive. 그렇죠? 자, then let's move on to next page. Here is subject, object, and verb form. So remember well, please, English is subject, verb, object, right? But in Korean language, we always remember before verb and adjective, there is subject or object. So always at the end of the sentences, verb and adjective. 자, 그래서 subject, object, verb입니다. 자, look at this example. 폴이 아침을 먹어요. 자, check well this part. 폴이, 자, subjective particle, 그쵸? And object particle 을이 있죠? And then 먹어요. So, pour, it, have, or pour has breakfast. 그쵸? 먹어요. So, 먹어요. The verb is the last part. 자, let's look at the second example. 마이클이 subject particle 시험을 object particle 을을 봐요. So Michael take a test가 되겠죠. And 리사가 숙제를 해요. It means Lisa 숙제. 자, what does that mean 숙제? Homework. 해요. It means to do. 그죠? Lisa does homework. 그쵸? Lisa is doing homework, her homework. 자, again, 리유미가, 자, subject particle 가, 친구를, 을을 만나요. So, 유미, 친구의 friend, 그쵸? 만나요. 자, 만나다 to meet. So, 유미 meet her friend가 되겠죠. Okay, so remember please, again, 자, subject particle is 이 or 가, object particle 을을. Always in Korean language, at the end of the sentences, the last part should be verb or adjective. So normally, generally, before verb and adjective, there are subject and object. It means noun. Okay? 자, 그러면은요, 여러분, how was it? 어떠셨나요? Is it all clear? Or it was too difficult? 자, but as much as possible, try to do your exercises and also part of the textbook and workbook, okay? So we keep learning new grammar points and also new vocabulary. So I hope you enjoy learning new stuff in Korean, and also I hope you can use this new pattern and new expression in our daily conversation in Korean, okay? All right. Thank you so much for your today hard work. Now remember, please, always with teacher Nina. So follow me for more learning Korean. So if you want to more learn about Korean culture and new expression, please visit my official website and also my Instagram with teacher Nina. There is like official website information and also many updated new expression in Korean language and culture stuff too. Okay, 자 여러분들, you're always 최고야. 여러분들 최고야. 최고입니다. You're always the best. And also we're gonna learn about new stuff in the next lesson. 자 그러면요, 그때까지 잘 지내시고요. Thank you so much. 감사합니다. 여러분들